Hello, welcome to this DCS F14B tutorial. In this short video, we are going to be covering the EW and the countermeasures. So in our startup video, I alluded to the fact that if you change your chaff and flare count from what you initially chose, you need to go into a menu to update Jester. So that's why I always say just pick what you want to begin with and then rearm to the exact same. So if I rearmed and I chose a loadout like this for my original, what I would need to do is open my communication menu, go into ground crew, go into select AN/ALE39 loadout, and then choose the ratio of my countermeasures, and that will allow Jester to update what the plane knows it has. It can be a real pain to remember to do this if you change your countermeasures, so just find a loadout you like and stick with it. In our startup, we messed with the countermeasure settings here. As I said there, you can find a setup you like through experimentation and change it up. We can have an auto mode, a manual. Manual Jester's in control of the chaff, or in control of the chaff. Auto, the plane can be. Manual's default. Flare modes, you're in control. Jester can be in control. You're in control of chaff. All that good stuff that I covered in the initial startup video. Programs. B stands for burst and S stands for salvo. So for this example, it'll burst 2 chaff with 0.12 seconds between them, and it will do that 4 times with 4 seconds between each iteration. Similar with the flares, covered that in the startup video. Here you can choose if you want it to fire the program or a single whenever the countermeasure is active. And over here, we did not cover in the startup video, is RWR display type. So down here, we have our RWR, our radar warning to receiver, and that's going to tell us detected radar sources around us. Here, the 50 represents the Russian AWACS, the E3 represents the US AWACS, and then you can have all sorts of symbols. There are plenty of charts online for EW symbology. So here we can choose specifically what we want to be notified about. I tend to just leave it on normal so I can have a idea of everything that's out there. But if you want to prioritize something, you can choose it here. Under CMS RWR, we also have the set jammer option. By default, it is XMIT, so it will be activated whenever it needs to if you're being locked up. Or you can click the option and completely disable it, put it in standby. I'll just leave it in XMIT. Depending on your settings, you'll be firing either chaff or flare with your countermeasure button, which is also the button we use for our DTC or DLC. So that's your countermeasure dispense. Nice and simple. Nothing too major other than those settings. Hope that helped. Thanks for watching.